What's up, UA fam? Ashley here. And if you love this podcast and you actually find yourself re-listening to episodes and wanting more of Taryn and I, guess what? You should subscribe to our Supercast where we give you bonus content every single week. But not just basic episodes, we do interactive episodes like personalized AMAs where you can specifically ask Taryn how her dating life is going, and you can specifically ask me how it's been living with my boyfriend this past few months. We do solo episodes and even scary episodes because we know how much you guys love those scary stories. And our Supercast community has been growing exponentially, so don't miss out. Subscribe to Supercast now and join the fun.
Go ahead, Ash.
Oh, it's my turn?
Go ahead.
Well, we have a special guest here again. If you're on YouTube, watching us on YouTube, Chloe's still here.
Chloe is still here. I hope she's in the shot. Please tell me she's in the shot.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Perfect.
She's
as it should be.
Such a good girl.
She's being such a good girl. Someone did walk in during our last recording, and she was just like, she like flinched and like sat up and was
our
like,
protector.
Do you guys know there's someone here? It was really funny, but she's about to knock out.
Today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Casino. The great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with the code ADVICE and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only on the most rewarding place to play, DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 4/27/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes.
I have a new show alert, which I feel like I'm actually really late to
Is
this.
it Paradise? Because you posted on your story and I was like, okay, I've seen it.
It's so
now
good.
I must watch it because I feel like we like
the entire
same shows.
thing in like 2 nights.
Give us like Spark Notes premise. Not Spark Notes because that tells the whole story.
I don't want to give it away.
Well, what is it about?
I don't want to give it away.
Ashley. Oh, like first episode, something happens. But is it like sci-fi? Is it thriller? Is it?
I don't want to say anything because.
Oh my God, you're so annoying right now.
No. It's so good. It's Sterling. What's his name? Is the what? K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown is the main character. He's from This Is Us. The guy who wrote or the guy who directed This Is Us, I can't remember, is doing the show as well. And it's just so much better than I thought it was going to be. And I 10 out of 10 recommend. And the finale is happening and I'm so excited. But I'm like so late to the game. I'm so late to the game.
Yeah.
So if you have been watching it, then you know. But Taryn, you have to jump on. It's time.
Is it on Hulu?
Yes.
I've seen the thumbnail a few times when I was like watching stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
Also, as a millennial, the fact that James Marsden is playing the president is just like, oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like since when are you like age appropriate to be like a president?
Crazy. Yeah.
Even though it's like a young president, but still crazy.
I'm trying to think if I've watched any new shows. I feel like I've been watching a lot of like random ones. I also got really into like documentaries too. Like I go in waves.
Yeah. Documentaries are a thing that it's tiring to watch. So
I watched the Scamanda one. Wow. Have you watched it yet? Or
I haven't watched it. I just listened to the podcast.
The girl who does the podcast is in the documentary.
Oh, she should be. She did a great job.
Yeah. And what other one did I watch?
If you listen to our Supercast account, I, on my last flight, binged the entire Scamanda podcast. And then Taryn was like, oh, maybe I'll start that. But then instead she started the show. So would you 10 out of 10 recommend the show? Okay.
It's fascinating. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's crazy like what people can do. But then honestly, I think even more than that one, then I watched the one, I think it's called The Perfect Wife. it happened like back in the day, but I don't know if you remember the story of like there was a girl who got kidnapped and like tortured and everything and then released. And then throughout like the investigation, they figured out that she basically did everything to herself. And we're talking like she branded herself. Like this story is so wild, but it was another one of those like, how can people like, it makes you sad for them because there has to be like some deep psychological issues to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
But the craziest part was the interview where they basically confront her with like, we know what happened, and her husband's in there too. And so you just see like his body language, like of like, like I've literally been like nursing you back to health and like was tortured with thinking you were gone and kidnapped and like all this stuff. It's actually insane. You should watch it.
Oh my God.
It's called I think The Perfect Wife.
Perfect Wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. It's
I forgot about
on the
that
list.
story. Like I remember back in the day hearing about it.
I don't remember it.
It's crazy.
Wild. Lots of good shows going on right now. It's been hard actually juggling them all.
It's so hard.
It's low-key like a part-time job these days. Especially with like Severance and White Lotus. I'm just like, I cannot. Every night is like we have to watch
got
this.
on the Severance train.
That shocks me.
I really haven't. Yeah, I haven't.
Wow.
That's all I guess I had to say about that.
Cool talk.
I'll watch it. This is episode 2. So if you listen to last episode and heard that I'm on the struggle bus, I'm still on it currently.
Yeah, she's still wheels on the bus go round.
I'm trying to get home, but we got work to do. We got things to do.
We got to put our head down and get it done. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started with a Tearing It Up. This is the segment where you guys send in funny stories. This one is titled, The Only Time I've Punched Someone in the Face.
Have you ever punched someone in the face, Ash?
Do I look like
No, but I could
punch someone in the face?
No.
In like a rowdy, like, oh, this girl pissed me off, I'm going to smack her kind of thing? Never. Could never.
I was going to say, I feel like
I don't have that bone in my body.
You don't, but if you did, I feel like you'd be a slapper, not a puncher.
Yes. In like a catty fight kind of situation, I could never. It's not in me. If someone were stealing my dog or like hurt a friend or it was like a serious situation, I could totally. But
no, but you're more like dainty slap, like the idea of like you disrespect me where I'm like I just punched you in the throat, you know?
I'm not a hitter. I've never, it's not in me. But
Ashley, you're not getting what I'm saying. If you were a hitter, if you were a game character and you had a special move, you would be a sassy slap, not like a throat punch.
I feel like I'd be a kick, if anything.
A kick? Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm not like
what kind of kick?
In the knee. That's my plan.
In the knee? Take out the kneecaps? Mm-hmm. Oh, damn.
Because then they buckle and fall and
I'm a roundhouse. Ashley's seen my roundhouse.
Yeah.
It's made of legends.
Okay, let's get into this.
Is that a saying? I don't think that's a saying. Okay.
Hey, ladies, I would like to stay anonymous, but you can know my name. It's Bleep It Michaela. Here is one of the many Tearing It Up moments I've experienced in the past 21 years of life. Background about me: I grew up swimming competitively for over 10 years. I am an extremely loud and enthusiastic person, and I am not coordinated. As a swimmer, you compete in meets where everyone goes through their races. If you know anything about swim meets, you know that they are long, like 4 to 5 hours even, though as an individual, you're only swimming for a couple of minutes. As the loud and enthusiastic person that I am, I spent those hours cheering on my teammates with my whole heart. Oftentimes, people would join in on the cheering action and stand next to me to cheer on their friends as well. I was cheering on a friend of mine during their race alongside another one of my teammates. We were screaming, jumping, waving our arms, doing all the things obnoxiously supporting teammates tend to do until ... somehow ... In the midst of all of the screaming and the arm flailing, I managed to absolutely rock my teammate who was cheering next to me. She stumbles back and looks up at me immediately, begins sobbing. I managed to sock her right in the nose, and her nose was pouring blood.
Oh my gosh.
As someone who genuinely couldn't hurt someone if I tried, apparently I pack a good punch. At the end of the night, one of my teammates won their race, and the other one went home early with a broken nose.
That is...
You really do pack a punch. It wasn't like a little
No.
But
Yeah.
also, I'm trying to like imagine like if you're cheering and like whatever, like how did you like
The
you
punch
know?
is, I could see like an elbow more. I've done that a few times. A few times. We can post that video.
Have we posted it? I was gonna say
know.
let's, but then I was like, I feel like we've done it already.
We could do it as
Have
a
we
refresher.
posted the video of Taryn knocking out Haley?
Dude, I was in the worst. We were at a club. Was it for my birthday?
No, it was for yes. It was for
It was
your
for
birthday.
my birthday. And I was in the worst mood because these girls kept trying to sit on our, like, we had like a private table. And this girl kept trying to sit on it. And so the beginning of the video, I just have like this like scowl. And then it started, the DJ changed the song. It's like, she's in love with who I am. Back in high. And I just clap and stand up and go to punch the air. And I knock my elbow straight into Haley, but I'm not fazed by it at all. And then I just like keep dancing while she's sitting there like holding her head. It was wild. The next morning, Haley wakes up and she's like, dude, does anyone know? She's like, my head hurts so bad. Like, why does my head hurt? And then Ashley starts screaming. She's like, I got it on video.
I was like, when Taryn and I are drinking, Taryn's on the dance floor. I'm cackling in the corner. I'm literally just cackling in the corner, filming everyone
such a hot
because it's
mess.
the funniest thing to me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that, like I wasn't even that bad. Like that's just like, I don't have another like.
But the best part is you had no idea that you knocked Haley out.
I got elbows of steel.
She just gets
Elbows of steel.
Anyways, all that to say, Anonymous is like, you're not alone.
No.
Yeah. Taryn's been there before.
When adrenaline takes over.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
You were in it for your teammate.
Yeah.
So anyway, she says one of her teammates won their race. The other one went home early with a broken nose, both of which I take full credit for.
Of course.
Lesson learned. If you want to punch someone in the face, just invite them to cheer with you at a swim meet and no one will know the wiser.
Oh, see, now that would be your fighting style.
That's clever.
Like, oops.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
So sorry.
Thanks for shedding light in the worlds, ladies. XOXO. Also, here's a picture of me and my doggo Jasper because he's perfect. Look at him. Look at his little face.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to boop his little nose. He's the same coloring as Chloe, who's sitting here with me right now. She has the like white nose, white bangs, and then black around her eyes and ears.
Yeah.
So exactly the same coloring.
Panda.
Thanks for sending in. I love a good laugh.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like I hurt a lot of people on accident. But it does, I think it comes of being just like a klutzy person. Like, I don't mean to ever.
Yeah, well, that's why we have a Tearing It Up segment, is because you have a lot.
Well,
She's the mascot.
but I'm not alone. Today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Casino. The great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with the code ADVICE and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only on the most rewarding place to play, DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 4/27/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, let's get into it. This one is this is a movie for sure.
Perfect. I'm going to get comfy and relax and enjoy.
She tells us straight from the beginning.
Okay.
I am definitely the villain in this story. So
At least you're aware.
you called it, we didn't.
Right.
But let's just get, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be Ashley and not say anything about this stupid show that is still stuck in my mind.
Go
you
watch
might as well have
Paradise.
just said, I have a secret. Just kidding. Okay. Hi, ladies. I need help because I think I may have ruined a man's life.
Oh,
Just casual.
it happens.
Have you like broken someone's heart? Yeah, you have. Twice. At least twice.
I think so. I didn't. It was bad, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it.
No, but also the heartbreak was necessary.
Yeah, I think I could have avoided. I think it went on too long, and I could have handled it better. But
Yeah. I think I've broken one heart for sure. Do you know who I'm thinking about?
oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
leave it twice, Michaela.
Leave it twice, Michaela.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Ugh,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I don't think I've broken any, but maybe like, I don't think like intense, like I don't think I could say I've ruined someone's life.
Still on the floor.
Okay. Never mind.
Someone needs to sweep it up. Swoop it
Let's
up.
move. Swoop it up. Swoop it up. Before I get into it, a little about me. I'm 22 from England and a Capricorn to my core.
Ooh.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I know I am one.
Ashley.
I couldn't tell you what it means. I don't know why. I've never really studied.
You don't even know your own.
Much.
I mean, I know I'm a Cancer and I know they're like emotional and things like that, but you don't know anything about your own sign. I'm dead.
I know I'm grounded.
How can we be friends with the people we're friends with and you don't at least know your own sign?
Should I look it up? Do we need this like background?
Yeah.
Capricorns are known for being ambitious, disciplined, and hardworking. They are also known for being loyal, practical, and rule following. Capricorns are dedicated partners who expect the same level of dedication and responsibility from their loved ones. They're known for being overachievers, make success look effortless. They're known for being sensitive and having a tender side. Capricorns are also known for holding traditions in high regard and loving vintage items. I don't really resonate with the last one, but like, it's fine.
Not the vintage. She's bougie. She needs everything modern and fresh. Okay.
But hopefully that gives you a little idea of who is writing in.
And she does continue. She says she's ambitious, independent, and maybe a little too good at
compromise?
I hate this word. I've always hated this word. Compartmentalizing. Say it?
Compartmentalizing.
My emotions, as you'll soon see.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Also,
I resonate with.
Yes, she does resonate with that. Yes, you do. And her highly emotional friend has struggled through that compartmentalizing.
Good job.
Thank you. Also, I'd love to stay anonymous if you read this on the podcast because I don't need anyone connecting the dots. So let's start from the beginning. This guy was my first ever crush in elementary school.
Whoa.
We lost touch, but when we reconnected in high school, it was like fate. And to make things even worse, he grew up to be gorgeous, like unfairly attractive.
Love that for you.
So, of course, I immediately caught feelings and again, romanticized the hell out of our childhood connection. He wanted something serious, but I was in high school getting what some may say a lot of male attention. And instead of appreciating him, I kind of treated him like an option. He eventually got fed up and ghosted me for 6 months. 6 whole months. When we finally talked again, we both agreed to just leave things alone and move on. Fast forward to last summer, I was on a completely random 3-week religious trip, and guess who else was there?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, it has to be him because we don't know any other characters in your life.
There's one main male character.
Yeah. Yep, him. Since he was the only person I knew in the group, we naturally gravitated towards each other. And this time he was so sweet to me, thoughtful, caring, protective, and he made it very clear he still had feelings for me. He told me he finally felt that this was our moment and that he never stopped caring for me. It was giving slow burn romance finally paying off.
Right.
Paying off. I can't read. But there was a problem. I was moving to Lithuania in September for work and wouldn't be back until June 2025. And since I didn't want to do long distance, I told him we should just be friends and that our time would come when I got back. And here's where it gets messy.
Uh-oh.
Even though we agreed to be friends, we were calling each other for hours multiple times a week. He would check in on me constantly, send me thoughtful messages, and I could tell he wasn't treating me like a friend. And if I'm being honest, I was definitely still entertaining it. But then November happened. I met a new guy here in Lithuania, and when I tell you, this man is perfect. I mean, he looks like Theo James. Well,
Okay.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Like straight up dream man. So naturally, I got a little distracted and started talking to my childhood crush less and less. Not on purpose, it just happened. And then 2 weeks ago, the unthinkable happened. He flew to Lithuania to surprise me. I just want to hug him.
What a sweetheart.
I want to hug him.
No.
I know.
Someone needed to warn him.
Nobody warned him.
To surprise. Here's the thing. Okay. No, you
It's
know
a
what?
bold move.
Continue. It is a
let's-
bold move when there's not some kind of committed anything.
Yes.
It's a bold move.
It's a bold move. It's a risk. It could have gone either way.
Big risk. 50-50.
Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
I was shook. I had kind of forgotten about him. And now here he was, standing in front of me, thinking we were about to have this beautiful reunion. And I had to tell him right then and there that I had met someone else.
Oh, so we're serious about Theo.
Oh, Theo James is
it?
he's the main character now. His face dropped. He didn't even say much, just turned around, booked the first flight back, and blocked me on everything.
Oh, my heart hurts
I
so
feel
bad,
so bad
for him.
for
Oh
him.
my goodness.
Okay, she put, and now I feel horrible, not just guilty, but broken, because seeing him that devastated, knowing I had done that, wrecked me. And the worst part, a part of me still has feelings for him. I don't know if it's nostalgia, guilt, or something deeper, but I can't stop thinking about him. At the same time, I know I don't deserve him, and he deserves someone who would never put him in this position. So, do I just leave him alone? Do I go back home and apologize in person? Or have I officially lost him forever? Please help. I genuinely feel like the dumb girl everyone hates in the movies. Love, Anonymous.
Woof. Oh my God. This
is
so crazy.
Okay. I feel like I tend to live my life thinking about other people almost a little bit too much. So my advice is going to come from like thinking about what's best for him.
Yeah.
Because I think in life, like I get how people are always like, oh, you need to do what's best for yourself. You need to think about yourself, like take care of yourself. But I do think that if you hurt someone, the next move needs to be in consideration of them. Like, especially if you put someone through something.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you did was not intentional. And I know that like you had told him you're just friends, but I do think like the way that you guys were moving of still talking for hours, not telling him like, hey, like I've started dating someone, like I understand why he is so hurt. And I think this is a bigger blow than just that thing. Like this is like, it sounds like it's almost like the second or third time that you've basically
Ditched him.
like broken his heart or made him feel like he wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So I feel like for this man, however you move forward, you need to think about him. And I don't think he probably wants to see you. So I wouldn't just show up. I think for me, if I really wanted to communicate an apology, I would probably write a letter and I would try to really steer away from trying to like make excuses or validate why you did what you did. Like that's not going to help. I would just acknowledge like how much he meant to me and that I'm so sorry that I hurt him and I should have been more upfront and honest. And then I would leave it open to like, I would love to talk with you and like to like clear the air, but I totally respect whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I don't care if you think you still have feelings for him. Like you obviously aren't ready for this man. So like until you're straight up like, I'll get on a knee and propose to you, like you should not ever start something up with him again.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It really isn't.
Yeah. Like out of respect for him as a human being, I think you need to distance yourself from him because he's in this and you're not. And it's not his fault. It's not your fault. Like, I think it was a very unfortunate situation that he bought the ticket and didn't tell you. I think it was a very unfortunate situation that you had met someone. I think you did the right thing by being like, let's be friends. Let's reevaluate in like a year. So you didn't necessarily owe him to let him know that you like had met someone since you had done that.
But even though they're talking on the phone for like hours, and
the thing, but she said that she had kind of stopped.
She sandwiched it though. She said, "I'm gonna go. I can't do long distance, but we're gonna have our moment when I get back." That's the
you gave a promise. You
that's
gave hope.
The mistake.
There was hope.
Yeah. It should have just been like, "Hey, let's be friends. If something happens in the future, it happens." But like, no expectations.
Yeah.
But I think it's the continuing to talk for an hour. He made his intentions very clear, so you knew where he was at. And again, like, life happens, things happen.
It's a bummer.
But I think for him, like, he deserves to be handled with like
totally. I think really, you know, it's already happened. All you can do now is make sure like you take the correct actions to like apologize for your part in this. And I think it might feel harsh to him, but I think the best thing you can do is just kind of like leave him alone.
Yeah. I mean, he blocked you. Like I think he knows for himself he needs
that space.
Yeah.
I would maybe try to like send him one DM of just like an apology or like
she blocked, girl.
Not a letter, but like
that's why I said letter, because she blocked.
Maybe
unless it's physical mail, it's not getting through.
Yeah, like I would as a friend and having known him for so long, I feel like an apology is necessary. But I wouldn't want to toy with his emotions in any way. So it would be like one final, just like concise, I am so sorry for what I did. I'm so sorry that I hurt you. That was never my intention. Please know that. I'm not expecting to hear back from you, and that's okay with me. I just wanted to let you know that I'm truly sorry, and then just like let him go live his life. If something happens in the future for whatever reason, you guys cross paths and it works out, amazing. What a crazy story that you guys have. But if not, you need to respect his space, because
poor guy.
He's been in this from the very beginning.
Dude,
and it's just been like door after door. Like that would just break my heart. So he needs a second to bounce back from this for sure.
Yeah. That's the
Plus
hardest.
You have Theo. So like, you know.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing is when I actually wrote a song about it back in the day. It's called Pull the Trigger. You can find it on SoundCloud.
You gonna sing it for us, Taryn?
No, definitely not. But it was like, I remember having like a guy situation like that where I realized that he had feelings more than like I had. And it was so hard because I like was enjoying our time together. I was fresh out of a relationship, and it just felt so nice to have someone like make me feel like fun and beautiful and like whatever. But I just knew I was like too damaged to actually have anything of like value.
Substance, yeah.
And I remember like there was like one time where we were talking about something, and he kind of got quiet, and he was like, "You say we're just friends, but like we don't act like just friends." And I saw in him he was hurting, and I knew that was because of me. And I remember like realizing that moment, like I had to like pull the trigger, just like end it, you know? But it's really hard when it's like unintentional, but like I do think like at some point you have to recognize like it's selfish of you to keep someone around who like wants more than what you,
especially when they've made it clear.
Give. No, he was like, it sounded like he was
very
like
clear,
ready, like this is our moment.
Like since the day he met you. That's crazy.
I know.
Respect him. Leave him alone. You never know.
Yeah.
But thanks for writing in.
But also like send an update if you do.
I was going to say, if something ever happens or you hear from him, like you owe us an update because we're like invested now. All right, let's get into my story. This one is titled, I've been dreaming of him for over 2 years. Hey, Ash and Taryn. My name is but I'd prefer to stay anonymous, so bleep it, Michaela, given the details of the situation. I am 22 and recently started listening to the podcast, but have been following you guys since School-Leisha days.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, I am hooked to the sisterly advice that you both bring to the table. Before I get into this, disclaimer is that I know I'm in the wrong when it comes to this situation. And I've had
this episode should just be called like,
I'm the problem. Hi.
It's
I'm
me.
The problem.
I'm the problem. It's me. What's that?
Did
I say that right? I'm so tired.
Okay. She says, I know I'm the wrong in this situation and I've had a hard time navigating it by myself. No family, siblings, or friends, if I'm being honest, I've been told.
Oh.
Wow. We're a safe place, Taryn.
Yeah.
We're a safe
your
place.
Friends.
My current fiance and I had a horrible split in 2022 caused by a lot of fighting, some porn issues, and his want for experiencing other people, she put in quotes.
Oof.
In the time that we split, I reconnected with old friends and rediscovered buried feelings that I previously had with one boy in particular. We'll call him Justin to make it easy. Justin and I continued talking and occasionally hanging out over the span of a few months. None of these conversations were romantic, even though we did have a sexual relationship in high school. The tension was through the roof, at least on my part. A few months go by and I get into a nasty car accident. Against my better judgment, I reached out to my now fiance. I continued talking to both my fiance and Justin, thinking that I was just looking for closure. We've been talking a lot about closure, I feel like, in the past few episodes. I guess I tried to get closure a little too hard because I found out I was pregnant with my fiance's baby, and the baby is almost 2 now. The fiance and I wanted to make it work, so we moved into an apartment together and made it official again. Justin, the guy she'd been talking to.
So they were, okay, that's their fiancés
current
now.
Fiance,
but
dating at the time.
Back in the day when she got in the accident, she reconnected with her ex.
Yes.
And this guy Justin at the same time. She reconnected too hard with the ex, got pregnant. Now they're fiancés because they decided to give it a try.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That was
wow.
good. Good
We're
job.
all connected.
Justin and I had slowly stopped messaging soon after because it started to feel weird, like I was emotionally cheating, even though we were just talking as friends. October in 2022 is when the dreams started. Tension-filled dreams about Justin. I brushed it off as pregnancy dreams, but they just kept happening. And guess what? They're still happening. They're different each time, but the main message is the same. Leave him. I'm sorry. Come back. During the daytime, my thoughts were on my pregnancy and the life I was building, but I knew who I would be waiting for when I fell asleep.
Ooh, that's a spicy sentence.
Yeah. That's when Justin began messaging me again. After months of no contact, it was over Snapchat, which I have since deleted. She writes, I did a lot of research after a few months of these dreams, possible causes for these dreams of like unresolved issues I may have in my personal life. No amount of blocking him out, literally blocking him on everything, has made these dreams stop. Mending my current relationship didn't stop the dreams. And if anything, the dreams have began making me lose feelings for my current fiance.
Ooh.
Current day. Here we are. Like current day. The love I have for my fiance doesn't feel romantic anymore. I've tried bringing up concerns with him, but they're just brushed off. If I'm being honest, the main reason my fiance and I got together all stem from the significant traumatic moments happening in both of our lives. Trauma bonding, I guess. He's turned down couples counseling many times, so I'm a little bit at a loss. He's my best friend and a good parent, but I can't see myself being married to him anymore. There's a lot of resentment towards him that has just kept building up. I can't help but think that these dreams have something to do with my lack of feelings, even though there's major outside factors that are influencing my feelings for my fiance too. Anyways, my most current dream was last night. Justin has no way to contact me anymore, and I still feel like my family is falling apart. I'm currently in the process of financially securing myself either way, since the fiance and I now own a home together and he's our income source currently. Oof. Either way, I know it'll work out how it's supposed to, but scary nonetheless. I wish I could give additional context, but I don't know if I can without revealing too many personal details. Love you both, and I'm really looking forward to some advice on this topic as I'm genuinely going crazy. Love, Anonymous.
Sheesh. I hate dreams sometimes. I've like literally gotten in fights before with my ex about like a dream, and he's like, bro, like I didn't do that. And I'm like, did you though?
Yeah, I don't
How
trust
do I know?
I feel like my brain's going a mile a minute, but I think you did the right thing by blocking him on everything. I love that he can't reach you. I think we're taking actions and making sure you're protecting yourself, your child, your like little family from this person. What I think it is, sorry if I'm not making sense, but what I think it is I think there's something to you never having had a relationship with him. When you get into a relationship with someone, things will go wrong and they lose that like perfect bubble that they had when you first met them. And I think Justin, because you never got in a relationship with him, remains in that perfect bubble of like what could have been, because nothing ever happened.
Yeah, like
and
there's tension,
but
there wasn't.
That's a scary place to leave someone, because they remain this like perfect what could have been thing, because nothing ever happened with it.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that he's perfect, and that doesn't mean that he's your person. It just means like you never got the opportunity to like really discover something if you guys had something. But it doesn't, in the end, for me, it doesn't matter, because you chose someone else. And I feel like that I guess I don't have any advice on the dreams. Like, you can't help what you dream.
Yeah, I think too, like it's almost like I think you've been dreading having the dreams. And it's almost like if someone over and over is like, don't think about a purple elephant, like you're going to think about it.
Right.
So I think like something comes with that. Like I've had that before, where I've had like specific scary dreams, and I'll go to bed being like trying to think about anything else besides that. And then I eventually like have that same dream.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dreams are hard, and it could be like Ash said, or I think you might have like alluded to it. It could be just the face of this fear that you have that like your husband's not the one. Mm-hmm. And Justin's face is tied to part of the reason why you feel that way.
That could be why you're reading into the dream so much.
Yeah.
Is because it's giving you a reason to like, rethink your current relationship.
I do respect you so much though for like blocking him and like not entertaining that at all. I would say like, I feel like it sounds like a lot of things are happening. I'm curious if you're in therapy yourself. I know you said that your fiance's turned down couples therapy, mm-hmm. but I would definitely get in therapy myself. And some therapists like specialize in like dream work and stuff like that too. But I don't know. I had a friend that kind of like went through this where like she was begging for them to go to therapy because she was trying really hard to make something work. And the guy just kept being like, no, I'm not going. And I have a hard time with, I think that it needs to be communicated in a way where you're saying, at this rate, where I'm at, the way that I'm feeling, I'm not seeing a future if things continue this way.
Yeah.
I'm committed to trying, but for me, I need to go to couples therapy. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're telling me like, it's not worth putting in the work. I get it's uncomfortable. And I think especially men, it's not as common or like just like openly talks about therapy. I think men's mental health is something that unfortunately has been, I think, taught at a young age as it's like weakness, which is so sad. And like, I've seen it with like my brothers and my brother's friends and just different podcasts I've listened to. And I hope it's something that swings back and is talked about more. But I think it's something that a lot of men like kind of like step back and are like, I'm not going to therapy. Like, I don't need to talk about it. But I think it shows strength. And I think what you're wanting to see from him is that he's willing to fight for something. Yeah. So if you haven't communicated it in a clear way, like he might be hearing it as, oh, let's go to therapy. And he's like, I don't want, like, not interested. Yeah. But I'm wondering if you've communicated it in a way that's like, we need to do this, or like, I don't see a future.
Yeah. I guess that's a good question for you, Anonymous. Like, have you outright let him know how dire the situation is? Like, hey, like if this doesn't happen, I'm concerned I'm going to have to end things. Like, that's where I'm at. Yeah. Like that my feelings are all over the place. And if we don't get help, I'm worried that this isn't going to work out. I'm curious if he knows the severity of the situation. Maybe that's something to really communicate with him. I do believe that there is, and I know it's hard, and I'm not saying this is an answer, but I do believe that there is, we've talked about like changing the channel, like switching your thoughts, like actively fighting your thoughts. And I'm curious if you are actively fighting your thoughts the way you said, like, I know I'll look forward to him in the dreams kind of makes me feel like you're entertaining the dreams or looking forward to them, which I feel like is some like personal work that maybe you could start doing. Like I think our thoughts, what we think about throughout the day inevitably ends in like our dreams. Like I vividly dream every single night, and it always has random stuff to do with like what I did throughout the day. So I'm curious if you have a moment where you think about Justin and he comes in your head, what are your like action steps in like fighting those thoughts?
I don't think it's even Justin though. I think she's experiencing in her dream what she's missing in her relationship, because with Justin, it was just like sexual tension and excitement. And it sounds like with her fiance, like it's not romantic anymore. Like there's not intimacy. It doesn't sound like there's that like spark. So I feel like Justin's face is just a face of like what you're missing, like
what your relationship is lacking.
Yeah. And so I think also, I don't know. I feel like I see so many of my friends who now are like going through divorces because they rushed into marriages because it was quote unquote like the right thing to do, or because of a child or something like that. But I personally feel like I would rather my child be in environments where they're seeing loving relationships, or like two people who like have a cordial relationship and co-parenting than like a marriage where there's like resentment and tension and like, I don't know, like I just feel like I think right now you need to think about what's best for like both of your individual health.
Yeah.
So you can be the best parents and the best people.
Yeah.
And I think if you talk to him in that way of like, are you even happy? Like, is this what you want in a lifetime? Like we don't connect. Like we don't have like a strong relationship. You resent me, I resent you. We're building this because like of our trauma, like, but if we look at it, like, is this something like we need to do, or can we just still be best friends who have like this beautiful child that we made and like support each other throughout life in our own endeavors? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's very old traditional thinking to think that just because you have a child together means you have to get married. And I personally don't think having a child together means you should be married.
How many friends do you have? Do I have that they literally would come to school and be like, dude, I wish my parents would just get divorced already. Like, I'm so tired of hearing them like scream at each other, you know?
And I also think like when you're put into a situation like that, like kids aren't dumb and they know if their parents don't love each other, you know? And I think there's something to be said about like putting your kid in a situation where it's not a healthy family dynamic, or even if it is for the kid, like the relationship between the parents isn't healthy. So like I coming based off of the friends that I've had been in those situations, they would have much rather their parents just split up and it be like a cordial, respectful, but distant relationship. And I think it would be better to just have done that from the beginning, so that by the time the kids are older and you're able to have conversations with them, you and your partner, even though you're not married anymore, have more of a respect for each other because you're working on this together.
Yeah.
Like I would much rather tell my kid like, hey, like Daddy's an amazing dad. Like he's such a good partner to me. Like we're in this together. We're not married and we prefer it this way. And I hope he can be happy in his life. I can be happy in my life. We're both so proud of you and we're always going to be there. Like I think that's almost more impactful than pretending to be in a happy relationship.
All I know, girl, is it's better to deal with this before you actually get married. And I mean, it makes me sad that you said like you don't have friends or family or anyone to talk to this about. Talk
about this with.
Thank you. But I definitely feel like that's even more of a reason to like get into therapy. I think you need to talk to people who know the details of your life, because we're only able to give advice off of like the little you've shared, but these are heavy decisions. But I don't think it sounds like you're going into this marriage because you feel like you have to, and you're just expecting a life of like feeling incomplete. And I don't think
that's not fair.
That's fair.
And it's not the only option.
But it's not fair to you, but it's not fair to him either. He also deserves someone who's like crazy about him. Like you both do. So I feel like you both gotta like have some just really honest and upfront conversations moving forward. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if like the dreams stop after. I really think he's just the face of what you're wanting. Like,
I think you're right.
Like you go to bed saying like goodnight and like not really having any connection, and that's what you're desiring. So the last person you had connection with and that feeling of like excitement and tension and was this guy. So he is now the face of the campaign of like what I wish I had.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's him, because I think if it was him, it wouldn't be as easy to just like block him and like whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like hopefully that'll help settle your guilt for the dream, because I really think it's just he's the face of what you want.
It's like your current relationship with your fiance is so unsteady and doesn't feel safe because it doesn't sound like you're actually in it anymore. So yeah, I agree with Taryn. I feel like once you sort that out, maybe the dreams go away.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, would be. But make it, you guys, he better get his booty into therapy.
I was going to say,
make it work.
I was going to say.
And then if not, like, like that would make me,
it would be
so much easier for me to like decide, okay, I've done and given everything I could, and I'm making this decision because you can't give the same. Like, I don't think that's that hard. Even if you don't want to go to therapy, like if I had a partner telling me I need this to continue forward and I loved them, I'd be like, all right, let's go. Like, I don't want to talk to this guy, but okay.
And like, again, like no one necessarily wants to go to therapy. It's not enjoyable. It's not necessarily enjoyable, but like there are times when you just have to like put your head down and do it. And if your partner is telling you that this is something they need, then you need to drop everything and do it. Even, because one day down the line, maybe it's something you need, or, all that being said, let him know the seriousness of the situation and that you need to do this. Based on his response, I think you can start taking some action steps towards that. And I agree with Taryn. Like, I would encourage you to talk to someone that like actually is in your life, that knows him, that knows you, and can like give you some thoughts on the process as well. Yeah. But you got this.
Woof. I'm so sorry.
I know. But it's like, let's start dealing with this now. We have a kid we got to take care of, and like let's figure this out and like start building a foundation from there. But thanks for writing in, Anonymous. I love that you felt safe to write to us.
I asked my date to meet me at the gym, but she never showed up. I guess the two of us aren't going to work out.
Wow. That was actually extra good.
Was it? Because you didn't laugh at all.
I've told you, this is not my humor for the last 5 years. So there's that. Guys, if you made it to the dad joke, you already know the drill. We love you the mostest. If you want your story read on this podcast and you want any advice on any life situation that you have to email it to us. What's our email, Taryn?
adviceunsolicitedpod@gmail.com.
Subscribe to our Supercast account where you can get scary stories every month, AMAs, and solo episodes. And then follow us on socials. We love you so much.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.